Who's to blame for the U.S. credit downgrade? I hate to be part of the blame game, but I'm sorry, that is the poll question of the day. But a lot of people are pointing blame to President Obama. 63.89% of you are blaming President Obama. A combination of all three, 29, almost 30% of you believe all three are responsible. 3% are blaming Republicans, 2% Democrats. I would say a combination of all three. What do you think?
I think that if you think about businesses in this country, when a business wants to get a loan from the bank or wants to increase their line of credit, the first thing that the bank does when you're talking about a lot of money is they come and they visit and they see how management ticks. How does the company work? In an average day, look at Washington, D.C. now. How does it work? It doesn't. It's dysfunctional. It's not working. We deserve to have our debt downgraded. And Obama's saying, we're still a AAA country. It's like a Jedi mind trick or something. No, actually, we're not. We're a AA now. That's what we're rated.
Well, according to S&P, there are a few credit ratings.
I'm just saying, deservedly so. Any business, I've been running businesses for 3 decades. When I ask for money from the bank, they come and they look to make sure that I am running and leading a functional environment and business before they ever give me another penny.
Coming on, and now I want to welcome our panel. We have Yaverbaum, president of Ericho Communications, co-founder of readtovote.org, and also on Twitter, and it's Really Yaverbaum? Is that how you say it?
Real Yaverbaum, yep.
Real Yaverbaum. All right, so we're going to follow you on Twitter as well. Guy Benson, political editor, townhall.com, and he's on Twitter as well, Guy P. Benson. Who isn't on Twitter these days?
Well, if you're not on Twitter, you must not be relevant, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really amazing because we've all been watching a lot of the political contenders, the presidential contenders jumping on Twitter as well.
If you watch and track and trend the news, interestingly enough, because I never got Twitter, I didn't think it would stick around, but if you watch the trend, a lot of the news starts on Twitter, so you got to be there if you're in the news.
I get a lot of my breaking news from Twitter.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing.
Think about when, go back to when Captain Sully landed that plane in the Hudson. The first pictures we saw, they came from Twitter, nowhere else, from Twitter. A lot of the news goes that way these days, from
really
Twitter
incredible.
first. You know, Geithner is a smart guy. I'm not sure that removing him solves the problem either. There is a very large perception issue out there right now, period. So Obama doing nothing is not going to help. But I don't know that removing Geithner is the answer to the problem.
At this point, though, they have come up with this solution. It's not much of one because a lot of Democrats and Republicans both are unhappy with it. They just basically did it in order for us not to default on our debt.
Well, yeah, but look what happened. No, Democrats aren't happy with it. Republicans aren't happy with it. Everybody's arguing.
And why be happy?
Voters should not be happy because really,
this is going to be the most confusing presidential election ever. Democrats were convinced that President Obama was going to bring change to this country, and by change that means also bringing our economy out of the dump.
Well, as poorly as the job as he's done,
former presidents, he doesn't seem to take a lot of responsibility.
Well, no, he doesn't, and as poorly of a job as he's done, he's still, I would say right now, the leading candidate to be the next president. You know, that said, what the country is not happy about, and what is the big missing ingredient of this having our debt, looked at differently, is everybody's arguing. We cannot come up with good decisions together as a country. We're not doing a very good job of that. So people are not as confident in the money that we owe. That's the problem. If there's no confidence in our plan, things get changed. And we, the Americans, all of us, pay more interest as a result.
Do you feel like he put enough emphasis on this is a problem, I'm going to fix it? Because he doesn't seem to be that worried about it.
Everybody should be worried about it, and we are.
Did he seem worried?
No, he doesn't seem worried, but he never does.
He always has a very laid-back approach, which I appreciate. By all means, I'm a very laid-back person, but I'm not the president of the United States.
We've talked about it. Trust me, nobody watching thinks you're a laid-back person.
Nobody wants me as president.
She is, I know, I found out. Obama's great TV. He's always been great TV. He's always good in front of it, whether you want to complain about the teleprompter or not.
Well, he's very chill, but I don't necessarily know if people need a chill president right now.
What we need to do is, we all need to understand, we are actually all in this together. It doesn't matter if you're totally right and I'm totally left. Doesn't matter. We got a real problem here now that we deserve. So what me and you as individuals are going to do, we're not going to go out and get 10 visas right now so we can pay off all of our different bills on different visas. We're going to figure out a different way to live a very nice life that we have here in the United States
without getting
spending.
That means
well, in part
back.
It does mean, yes, it
Look,
does.
if you take a pay cut, what do? You don't spend more,
That's right.
You spend less, and
no,
so
you don't.
need
And we
to
talk
eliminate
about
certain things.
There's
like,
a lot of things.
Get rid of the second car. What are we doing?
Are you? You're not laid back. You're lying to me.
No, I mean, I'm not laid back when it comes to saving. I'm actually really bad about this.
I mean, this is not a surprise situation to find ourselves in. I would say that this has been happening over the course of 7 or 8 years, and it was kind of predictable to end up here. I don't think that downgrading that wasn't predictable to I don't think most people, and the timing of it also, because we did raise the debt ceiling. We thought we would be safe with our credit rating, but we're not, and we deserve it. We got too many credit cards. We all need to collectively figure out a way to spend within our means, and we're not doing that now.
Is it possible for that credit rating to go up before President Obama, his term is up?
Nah,
I mean, that's impossible.
No, I doubt that. I don't think the Obama camp is counting on that one.
You know, President Obama in 2009 actually said that if he can't turn this economy around, he will be a one-term president.
Well, what history shows us is anybody, I mean, history shows us that Obama should not get reelected. That's what history tells us. The only problem with history is it doesn't tell us who the 10 or 11 or the 12 other people are who are maybe going to be the presidential candidate. We don't know that yet. So I just see a lot of disharmony on the Republican side of the aisle, and that's a benefit to Obama. But history tells us he doesn't get reelected. At the end of the day, the buck's got to stop on his desk. And I do think that what he does, the face that he puts onto the public, is the face of calm, you say laid back, whatever adjectives you want to use. The sky isn't falling. We should not be panicking. But I do think the buck's got to stop on his desk, and the buck has to start on his desk for leading the charge to fixing everything.